Consumer bliss. I see you every day on the elevator. I smile and you nod, but we never speak. Before I can think of anything clever to say, the doors open and you disappear into the offices of Anderson and Palmer, while I shoot up to a gray cubicle farm on the 13th floor. Surrounded by 100 co-workers, I've never felt so alone. I blame TV commercials for my misery. Madison Avenue sold me on consumer bliss, but didn't deliver the goods. I close my eyes and watch the two of us on the color television of my inner mind. We bump into each other, and you get your chocolate into my peanut butter. We smile as we peer into each other's Reese's eyes, each pupil wrapped in a brown paper cup, and say, I want you to lie on my tongue and melt in my mouth forever. In our dream house, we'll mop and glow, shake and bake and stir and frost. We'll live off rice-a-roni, the San Francisco treat. You ask how I rid the ring from around your collar, but I just grin and say, ancient Chinese secret. We'll brush our teeth, rinsing our mouths with synchronized swishing, then say goodnight to the tidy bowl man before we turn out the lights and flick our Vicks. Just yesterday, reflecting, I drove around tonight like we used to last autumn, remembering houses you pointed out that one day you would own. And through one of the open-lit windows, I thought I could see someone reading one of the classics, caressing the leather spine in his easy chair, oblivious to the howling in my heart. Summer days. I drift upon September waters, arrested by light patterns convulsing on the bottom of the pool, taking inventory of the decade I've swum in place, dreaming of the magnificent things I would do, and the somebody I should be. My arms ache, sculling to stay above the surface, though my ambitions bob face down, capsized by a squall of limitations. As I sink beneath the rippling sunlight, I wonder, was my father right about what I would amount to, or did I simply live up to his expectations? The rudest Buddhist. I never wanted to be the lewdest nudist. I desired instead to be the rudest Buddhist. Buck naked, not I, just letting it all hang out. I'll shave my noggin, and I'll jump and scream and pout. Like a jaybird, oh no, I can't forsake all fashion. It's so much more fun to live without compassion. On beach in summer, you'll never boil my hot buns. A mean monk I'll be, surly as Attila's Huns. I'll never agree to be the lewdest nudist. Instead, I desire to be the rudest Buddhist. Family faux pas. On a watermelon sticky afternoon, ripe with firecracker anticipation, the clan gathered at Grandma's house for the first 4th of July without Grandpa. Fattened with fried chicken and potato salad, the men loosened their belts. Daddy cut up with his brothers, while Mama wagged tongues with the daughters-in-law. Grandma ruled from her recliner as Johnny Cash sang Ring of Fire on the television. And as the youngest, your cousins ignored you. Someone asked you what you enjoyed most this summer. So you said that you liked swimming at your father's apartment on weekends. Johnny Cash faded out while the studio audience applauded. Daddy stared ahead, a stone slab visage, and Mama picked at an invisible thread in her shorts. Then your aunt asked for Mama's recipe, and your uncle said he had high hopes for the Cowboys that year. Grandma turned up Porter Wagner, and you suddenly dreaded the ride home in the car. Hey, Spud. I am Mr. Potato Head's love slave. I never meant for it to happen. You think you know what you want, but then you discover that you need something else. Someone else entirely. I neither felt ready to take a chance on love again, nor could I afford the carbs. I felt like a piece of meat, and I wasn't searching for a side order to compliment me. But then I saw those plastic googly eyes, and I couldn't help but say, hey, Spud. And he said, once you've had Spud, you'll never go back. Then he wrapped his pliable arms around me, and I knew, that night, I was going home with a root vegetable. My tater tiger thinks I'm a wonderful lover, as long as I don't bite. Size no longer matters when your boyfriend comes with interchangeable parts. My hot potato has confidence. He doesn't fret when I visit the farmer's market alone. When my tuber winks and asks, you want a biggie size it? I know what's on his mind. Later, he smokes his pipe as we lay in the afterglow. He says, you put the smile on my face, baby. So I snatch it off and make him kiss me all over. And I do mean all over. I curse that I have no ovaries. I so want to have my Spud Bunny's tater tots. 1, 2, 3 dozen. In my imagination, they all have his eyes. My hot potato can be anyone. Cowboy, sailor, traffic cop. He can even be Mrs. Potato Head if we're in the mood. Some say our love isn't real, but when I hold his lumpy body in my hands, I know they're wrong. He's no good for you, my personal trainer said. At least date a leafy green vegetable. But this love is worth spiking my insulin levels for. Sometimes I get scared Mr. Potato Head will leave. Don't you dare hurt me, I scream, or I'll deep fry your ass. But he soothes me with Eskimo kisses, using the nose of my choosing. When I wake up in the middle of the night, I reach out and feel my tuber, listening to him snoring beside me, and I know this root vegetable's grown on me. Ugly girl. Jane wants an ugly girl, someone so horrid she'd never take her home for fear she'd give Mom a heart attack. An ugly girl with a face hidden under a plain brown paper bag. An advertising space where she can draw any face. Magic marker makeup. A curly Q flip hairdo. And a grateful mouth that never complains. The ugly girl has a body like a tomato, forgotten on a windowsill in August. She takes up space, silently decomposing in a subtle stain. Jane wants an ugly girl, so ugly that she can hide her in a suburban box. The ugly girl cooks vegetarian meatloaf in the easy-bake oven between her legs, ready to serve Jane when she comes home. Jane tells herself that she sleeps better, because ugly girls don't think dangerous thoughts that climb the walls at night and threaten to fall into her open mouth while she sleeps. Instead, Jane places non-toxic notions in the back of the ugly girl's tongue, chased down with a glass of water, then rubs her throat until she swallows, before Jane turns out the light. Jane wants an ugly girl, not a beauty queen, who slips away while Jane's at the office, outlining her broken heart in Jezebel lipstick, like a crime scene. And finally, love from the waist up. Last night I fell in love with myself, and when I woke up I was still there, grinning back in the mirror, a reflection that never runs away. I saw a beauty soul deep, and if the rest of you are blind, I'll be your willing braille. I'll put myself in a crash diet of no criticism, and let my confidence grow tall while weeding my ego. I'm neither too big nor too small. I'm actual size. I accept myself with the enthusiasm of an evangelist and the delight of a dewy-eyed child. I free fall into my essence and land safely in the net of my consciousness, unfurl my map and head due north. I finger paint with my emotions and become intimate with each and every one, for my mind can no longer fear what my heart has come to understand. I want love from the waist up, undiluted by desert lust or fast food sex, but a pure devotion that hears the whispers of my unborn words, and the flutter from the clipped wings of my hidden thoughts. I shall take myself hostage, refuse ransom, and never let myself go. Neither burdened by the past nor oppressed by the future, I live in widescreen close-up, in the current frame of film. Married to myself, I wait to be adored, explored. I'm my favorite excavation. Thank you.